Hey, Hannah Mouse 1 here. Welcome to day 7 of the 12 Days of Scratchmas challenge, where every day I show you how to make a simple Christmas-themed minigame in Scratch. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the game Sack Shuffle, where you get shown which sack a gift is in, it hides, and then it shuffles the sacks, and you have to follow it to make sure you click the right one that has the gift in to get a point, else it ends the game. This is, of course, like every day, assuming that you have completed parts 1 through 6, so if you haven't, that is linked down below, but otherwise, let's jump right in, shall we? So back in our game sprite 1, we're going to go straight to this when I receive game start script, and we're going to go right down to the game is equal to 7 section, so the next section that we haven't filled in yet. So for this, what we're going to do is at the start, we're going to set game state to 0, then we're going to wait for 3 seconds and then set game state to 1. Then we want a repeat until loop with the condition repeat until game is equal to none. So just type none. And within this loop we're going to drag in the reset custom block, and then we're going to wait 0.5 seconds. And we want these 2 blocks to be in a repeat loop that repeats 10 times. And after this, we want to set game state to 2. So after this repeat loop, but still in the repeat until function. And then we want a wait until game state is equal to 1. So that's all we need for the start script. This basically what this does is it sets the game state to 0, so it shows you which gift you have, which sack has the gift in. And then it shuffles 10 times, so it moves 10 times, and then waits for you to select a sack, and then repeats. Unless the game is none, at which point the script ends because you've been sent back to the main menu. But now let's go down and find the clone define script. Scrolling. Within this we need a set this val block. And we're going to set this val to 1. We're then going to drag in a go to block, with it being set to 0, y55, and then create clone for myself. We can duplicate these 3 blocks. We're going to set this val to 2, set the x to 65, and the y to -30. I can copy these final 3 blocks, change this val to 3, and change the x to -65. I'll quickly show you that. You can see you have the 3 clones on screen. Obviously it's the wrong costumes right now because we haven't given them any programming to know which costume to switch to, but we will fix that shortly. But first I quickly want to go to the reset define script, if you can find that, and find this final if game is equal to 7 section. Within this we want to add a delete all of game info 1 block. Then we're going to add 1 to game info 1. Then we're going to insert 2 at pick random 1 to length of game info 1 plus 1. You can copy that from one of the other sections, we've used it a lot. And then we can duplicate that and change the 2 to a 3. So that's all we need for the reset block. So now let's find the when I start as a clone script right here. First we need an if else function with an or operator in the condition space. For one condition we need it to be if game state is equal to 0. And for the other we need it to be if game state is equal to 3. In this case we want to set size to 100%, and then we're going to drag in an if else function and set this to be if this val is equal to 1, and in this case we are going to switch costume to sack 1, else switch costume to sack 13. In the else portion of this, we are also going to switch costume to sack 13. Then we need an if else function with the condition if game state is equal to 1. We then need an if else function in the if portion of this, with it being if item tag of thing in game info 1, and we can replace thing with this val. Then we can add we're going to add a glide block, with it being glide 0.5 seconds to 0 y55. Then we can duplicate this and set it to be if item tag of this val in game info 1 is equal to 2, and in this case we will glide to 65 minus 30, and else we will glide to negative 65 minus 30. These will be negative, sorry. There we go. Then in this final empty else function that we have here, we need an if operator, or event control block, sorry. We need this to be if game state is equal to 2. Then we need an if else function, and we're going to use if touching mouse pointer. And in the if portion, we're going to set size to 110%. Else, and I want these sacks, when you're able to click them, to be pulsing. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to drag in the set size block, and then we're going to add an addition operator into that, with one size being 100. Then the other side, we're going to drag in a multiplication operator and set one side to be 3. And for the other side, we need a sign of operator. And then for that, we want it to be timer times timer. There we go. Timer times 300. So if you don't know, a sine generates a curve. So as the timer increases, this will constantly be getting bigger and smaller. But that's actually all we need for the when I started the clone script. If we quickly have a look at this, you can see that the sacks all start to shuffle, and then they start pulsing, indicating that you're able to click them. But obviously right now, clicking it does nothing, so we need to fix that. So go down to the when this sprite is clicked script down here. For this we need an if function with the condition if game state is equal to 2. In this we want to set game state to 3. Then we need an if else function with the condition being if this val is equal to 1. In this case we want to change score by 1. Wait 1 second. Then set game state to 1. Else, we're going to wait 1 second, set game to none, and broadcast main menu to end the game if you get it wrong. Let's give this a quick play test, shall we? So you can see, if you get it right, you get a point. You'll follow it again. Let's deliberately get it wrong this time. Oh no, I got it wrong, and it takes you back to the main menu. So let's add in a few sound effects. First off, still in the when this sprite is clicked script, let's add a correct sound into the if portion of the if this val is equal to 1 section, and an incorrect into the beginning of the else portion of that. Then let's go up to the game start script, and in the repeat loop, right where it has the reset block, let's add a page 1 sound. And I think that's all that we need in terms of sound effects. And with that, we're done. So apart from that, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe if you did. It lets us know that this is something you want to see more of. Join the Discord link down below, and I'll see you tomorrow with part 8 of the 12 Days of Scratchmas challenge. Bye!